Richard puts £400 into a bank account that pays 4% per annum interest. That's 4% per year. How much will he have in the account at the end of the third year if the bank pays simple interest? There are two types of interest, simple interest and compound interest. With simple interest, interest is only paid on the original capital amount invested. So in this case, the interest would only be paid on the original £400 which Richard put into the account. Since this is the case, there will be the same amount of interest paid each year. We need 4% of £400. %4 as a decimal is 0.04. Of always means times, so we have 0.04 times £400. Calculating this gives us £16. So each year the interest paid will be £16. The money's in for 3 years, so we need 3 lots of £16 interest. 3 times 16 is 48. So in total over the 3 years, he gets £48 interest. To find the total amount in the account at the end of 3 years, we take the original investment and add to it the interest paid. So the total amount in his account will be £448. We're now going to look at compound interest. The same investment and the same interest rate, but with compound interest, which is the way most bank accounts really work, interest is paid on the balance. The balance, of course, includes previously paid interest. We're going to look at this step by step, but this isn't the best way of doing this. We'll look at the best way of doing it after we've done the step-by-step calculation. In year 1, he gets 4% interest. 0.04 times the amount put into the account, giving us £16 interest. The balance in the account at the end of year 1 then is the amount invested plus the interest paid, which is £416. This is the start balance for the second year. So when we come to work out the interest for the second year, we do 0.04 times 416. Calculating this gives us the interest for the second year, which is £16.64. For the balance at the end of the second year, we do the balance at the start of the year plus the interest paid, which gives us £432.64. Now consider the third year. The balance for the start of the third year needs to be multiplied by 0.04, the balance at the start of the year, is £432.64. Calculating this gives us the interest for the third year, which is 17.3056. The balance at the end of the year will be the balance at the start of the year added to the interest. This gives us £449.9456. To the nearest penny, this is £449.95. This calculation is all well and good, and simple enough, but would you really want to do it for 10 years? Or 20 years? It would take a long time. Clearly, there must be a better method. If we take the original £400 and multiply it by 1.04, what does this do? 1.04 as a percentage is 104%. This is made up of 100%, which is the original investment, or the £400 here, and 4%, which is the interest. So this calculation gives us the total amount in the account at the end of the first year. And if we multiply by 1.04 again, this would give us the amount in the account at the end of the second year. And multiplying by 1.04 again would give us the amount in the account at the end of the third year. We can write this as 400 times 1.04 cubed. Note the 3 here in the power is the same as the number of years for which the money is being left in the account. Calculating this gives us the same answer as before, 449.9456, which we should put in pounds and pence, since we're dealing with money, £449.95 to the nearest penny. Provided the interest rate stayed the same over a full 10-year period, the calculation we would do is 400, the original investment, times 1.04, where the 0.04 represents the 4% interest, and put this to the power 10 for the 10 years. So you can see that this method is very much quicker than doing it step by step.